I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math real quick. I don't even... Yo! I'm living beyond my means. It's like... No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. That WNBA check don't pay a thing. Do that even pay my car note?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Shkrets, your favorite place for the real tea, advice, and difficult conversations. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe because I know you'll like my vibe. Today, we're diving into something that's been making waves. WNBA star Angel Reese's recent comments about her $8,000 rent in Chicago. Now, I know there's been a lot of chatter about how women athletes, especially in the WNBA, are paid way less than their male counterparts. And yes, it's true that we all want to see women earning more, whether in sports or any other industry. But that's not exactly where I'm going with this episode. Instead, I want to focus on the financial lessons that we, especially young women in our 20s, can learn from this. Angel Reese herself admitted that she's living beyond her means, laughing it off during an Instagram live about how her $73,000 WNBA salary doesn't even cover her bills. Now, here's the thing. While she may have other revenue streams from endorsements, which allow her to keep up with this lifestyle, that's not an excuse to ignore financial discipline. Her rent alone is $8,000 a month. Think about that. That's $96,000 a year, which is more than her entire WNBA salary. Yes, she's got deals with brands like Reebok and Beats by Dre, but does that mean she's making the best financial decisions? Let's be real. Bragging about living lavishly isn't cute when it's tied to financial illiteracy. Now, I'm not here to lecture Angel Reese because, let's face it, she's likely way better off financially than most of us. And, like everyone else, she's entitled to make mistakes and learn from them. But this episode is really for all the ladies out there who might be looking up to celebrities like Angel Reese. You see her flexing that lifestyle, but what you don't see is that for most people, trying to live lavishly just to keep up with appearances is a straight-up financial trap. Ladies, the best gift you can give yourself in your 20s is financial discipline. This is the time when you should be grinding and setting yourself up for success in your 30s. Trust me, I've been there too, spending on things I didn't need or overpaying for experiences just to show that I had arrived. But when you step back and really think about it, those decisions are based on ego, not reality. Those people you're trying to impress, they don't know you and they sure don't care about you. And here's the key point. I'm not saying you should never splurge or treat yourself. Life is about balance, and yes, you deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But living above your means consistently is a recipe for financial stress. And I'm telling you now, if you can master financial discipline in your 20s, you will thrive in your 30s and beyond. So, while you admire stars like Angel Reese or scroll through social media, remember, just because their bread is buttered on both sides doesn't mean you should follow their spending habits. Focus on building a strong financial foundation now, and future you will thank you. Now, speaking of building that foundation, let's get into some solid strategies you can start using right now to stay on track with your financial goals. It's not just about knowing better, it's about doing better too. First things first, set clear financial goals. You have to know what you're working toward. Whether it's saving for an emergency fund, paying off debt, or investing in your future, having specific goals will give you a clear roadmap. Trust me, knowing exactly where you're headed makes all the difference. Once you've got your goals in mind, create a budget. I know. Budgeting can sound restrictive, but it's actually the opposite. When you know where your money is going, it gives you more freedom. You can balance your essentials, savings, and even some fun spending without going overboard. Next, live below your means. I can't stress this enough. Just because you can spend more doesn't mean you should. This is how you build wealth over time. It's not about deprivation, it's about making smarter choices now so you can live better later. And here's a game changer. Automate your savings. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Set up automatic transfers to your savings or investment accounts, and you'll be surprised how fast those funds grow when you don't even have to think about it. Another key strategy is the 50-30-20 rule. This helps you balance your spending in a way that works for you. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings or debt repayment. It's a simple guideline that ensures you're taking care of your present and future at the same time. And when it comes to shopping, here's a tip. Avoid impulse spending. We've all been there, tempted by those must-have items, but give it a day. Wait 24 hours before making that purchase. 9 times out of 10, you'll realize you don't need it as much as you thought. Speaking of spending wisely, limit credit card use. Credit cards can be a great tool for building credit if used responsibly, but they can also spiral into debt if you're not careful. Use them for planned purchases and always pay them off in full. And of course, have an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and having 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up gives you that safety net for unexpected situations. The future you will be so grateful for this. Now, let's talk about delayed gratification. Sometimes the best things are worth waiting for. Holding off on those big purchases can really pay off, especially when you're focusing on your long-term financial health over short-term satisfaction. Lastly, track your progress. Regularly checking in on your financial goals helps keep you motivated and gives you the chance to make adjustments when necessary. It's super satisfying to see how far you've come. Ladies, the journey to financial freedom starts with discipline and smart decisions. So, while you admire the hustle of athletes like Angel Reese, remember to take charge of your own financial future with focus and intention. Let's talk about it in the comments. What are some financial lessons you've learned along the way? And do you think celebrities have a responsibility to be more transparent about how they manage their money? Let me know. That's a wrap. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe if you like my vibe. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, don't live for appearances, live for your future. Until next time, keep your head up, your budget tight, and your vibes positive. Bye.